Hey, well, the topic of the day seems to be money, so I'm going with that. Hey, somebody told me I don't look good in hats on these videos, so for the record, I'm not trying to look good, but sometimes I do anyway. So, money. Sometimes we have money and sometimes we don't. And sometimes we thought we were doing great and then we're not. Or we had things lined up and they felt fantastic, and maybe we had even had a recent breakthrough and then something happens and that falls away. Or we think we have job security, but something happens and it's gone. So here we are in COVID-19. Definitely this shit gets brought up for everybody in one way or another. Even people who have a secure job can feel, kind of like survivor's guilt, like, ooh, so many people are insecure and scared right now about money. Like, is it really okay that I have this? So, yeah, it's really okay. And it's really okay if things aren't going great for you. I assure you that right this second, money is not pouring into my world. And so here we are, all at different levels of, do you have savings or not? Do you feel equipped or not? Does money scare you, or do you feel pretty good about how you make it? All your stuff that you grapple with anyway is going to come up in bigger, badder ways right now. So whatever you are already doing, I want to keep reminding you, before this crisis hit, keep doing it. Whatever you were working to experiment with, to believe, to play with, to get more clear about and more solid with, you get to keep doing that. In fact, it's a great opportunity because the structures are all dismantled and we get to show up curious, open, and ask, okay, now what? And every time we do that, it's fruitful. And I'm not saying it's not scary. Okay, so a question I love to give clients over the course of our work together, I'll give to you right now. I think it's a profound and amazing question. It has brought people to some very interesting contemplations and illuminations. So where does your security come from? But really, where does it come from? And I invite you to hear me and just breathe the question. Just breathe in your body where resistance is around money stuff, or where fear lodges or registers. Give it the kindness of your awareness of your breath. And I invite you to carry this contemplation around for a while. Where does your security actually come from? Sometimes people think their security comes from a paycheck, and so they stay in a job for a very long time that's the wrong job for them, because they're convinced that that's the source of their money. But there's a source that's bigger than that. Or is there for you? And are you willing to look again? Hey, people have gone through crises on the planet before. People have gone through the Great Depression. People are in war-ravaged places, or places where the economy has its own thing going because of this reason or that reason. Or sometimes there's been a worldwide economy crisis. So in any case, we get through these things. And another thing I like to tell clients sometimes is, hey, you're on this journey from point A to point B, and at some point you will be at point B. Do you want to make the journey from there to there, kicking and screaming? I'm using my head to show you the line. Do you want to make the journey kicking and screaming, or would you like to take it more mindfully? Would you like to take it being kind to yourself? Would you like to make a priority of soothing yourself, of minding your state? That's another thing I'd like to keep reminding you of over the course of this COVID-19 thing. Minding your state is a great first priority. And I talk about that when life is good. And I really learned it from Abraham Hicks, that if we are in a good mind state, that's the time to fruitfully dream our dreams, move forward our projects, tackle a problem, do the routine things that we need to do related to something we're up to, or fulfilling a job, or getting a project done or funded or whatever. So, if you're doing it when you're frustrated, when you're distressed, when you're thinking about other things that you feel like you should actually be solving, but it's actually not the time to solve them, anytime your state is robbing you of presence, of just dropping in fully to do this task with the greatest ease, well, then you rob yourself of being connected to your guidance system. You don't get the illuminations. You don't see the shortcuts. You don't tune in when you're working at the wrong level or paying attention to the wrong thing. Whereas when you keep your state aligned, all of that just wants to come in, and it can come in so much more easily because you don't have a lot of resistance up. So when your fears are up, that's resistance, or it turns up resistance. Hey, your guidance system is going to get you where you need to go anyway. It is equipped to manage crises. It is equipped to manage your resistance. So it's just that the more resistance you turn up, the more your guidance system needs to work around. And it's cool. It's going to do that. It's not going to be mad at you or hate you or punish you. It's not your fault if it doesn't go well. It's just going to have to try more things and do different things and take more time, very likely. So I invite you to prioritize your state and whatever you need to maybe come up with to make more money, to try something on the side, to notice where you can economize, to think to ask for the break, to have a conversation with your landlord instead of just paying rent with your last $1,000 or whatever it is. Inspiration wants to come in to get you where you're going. So work on your state, soothe your fears, deal with it sometimes just on the pain body level, not thinking, not figuring it out, not evaluating yourself, not wondering where you went wrong or what you did wrong, not sitting around reviewing how you're a victim and it's not okay for this to be happening to you or anyone else. We're very generous in our victimization of self sometimes. We'll include others too, but I invite you to instead soothe yourself, breathe yourself. Hey, anytime you don't have things figured out, every time we've ever sat in the aftermath of an accident or watched a burning building or sat in a waiting room waiting to hear a verdict from a doctor or done any of the things we've done where we literally had no clue how it was all going to work out and the worst case scenario was readily in view. When there's nothing to do, you need to calm yourself. We've always gotten through those times better if we've taken the time to breathe, to pray, to connect to people who support us, to just look around and tell the universe, show me. I don't know anything and I don't even know who I'm talking to, but just show me the next thing. Okay, so I want to talk about Byron Katie's 3 kinds of business. Let's apply it to money. So right now, it's the universe's business that this crisis is happening. So she says God's business, but she's actually not a theist, so I just change it to the universe's business. Like time is the universe's business, the past is over, the future's yet to come. Every once in a while, you're in your business with time, for example, when you're planning, when you're preparing, when you're communicating with people. But by and large, what's going to happen down the road, the future is the universe's business. And outcomes are the universe's business. And how the journey goes and how long it takes, universe's business. So other people's business, are they paying us what they owe us or aren't they? Are they backing out of contracts or hanging in there? Are they, what decisions are they making that affect us? Does the landlord say yes or no to your request? What do the lawmakers do? So other people's business, and that's partially, that last one is also partially the universe's business and the actual business of the lawmakers. So as you tease out the 3 kinds of business, I'm not saying you're going to feel fantastic. It is not even your business how you feel at a certain level where you don't control it. It is most certainly your business to bring awareness to how you feel, to soothe it, and to mind your state so that you maximize the possibility of being in a better state. Okay, So, because the universe's business is the future and the past, well, then bring it to now, which is a phrase I've said before, and I'll keep saying that's also going to get you through the COVID-19 thing. If you bring it to now, right now, are your needs met? Do you have food? Right now, what are you doing? Even if you're waiting for a life-death verdict, well, then that's what you're doing right now, and how can you maximize soothing your state? Awareness and breath, awareness and breath. The pain body wants you to drop into the body, find where it actually hurts there, give it your awareness, give it your breath. Do it while you listen to this. Okay, Byron Katie teaches the 3 kinds of business as self-abandonment when you're out of your business. If you're trying to manage the working of the cosmos, you're trying to do way more than you're equipped to do. You're exhausting yourself. As she likes to say, you're over there telling God what to do or what should or shouldn't be. But when you're trying to make things different than they are, well, that's what Byron Katie calls an argument with reality. And she says you lose, but only 100% of the time. But all of those times you are abandoning yourself. So when you're out of your business, whether you're in someone else's or the universe's, ask yourself, what's my business here and now? If you're scared about money, your business is what is the one thing of the moment. There are bills right now that I'm toying with. Okay, do I pay this one or not? Do I call them or just not show up for now? And my business is to sort those things out. But there's only certain moments when I'm giving that my attention. When I'm eating, my business is to love the food, appreciate the food, chew the food, give presence to the food, let myself taste the food, be supported by that. Or sometimes your business is to put it all down and refresh yourself however you can. Watch things that make you laugh. Go outside or stick your face outside if that's the best you've got. Do whatever you can do right now to mind your state, to take care of yourself. And only sometimes are there tasks to do related to money. My kid and I both are noticing things that we can do for our work that brings no income whatsoever and may not do that. But so that feels better. And that's my business, to step in and do that, whatever I believe to be my mission, to step in and do it unpaid. So here I am. And I'm not saying that to put myself forth as a saint. I'm not that. I really hate bullshit, so I'm not that. But I just want to invite you to the possibility. If you want to work. Send that message to the universe. And if it's not paid right now, well, it's still part of a whole that you belong to, and you're still one with the people you're interfacing with on whatever level. And as you do your work, an inspiration might come in. Oh, try this, or oh, do that, or oh, look that up. Oh, look, what you're doing is like what they're doing, and they actually are making money doing that. What if you contacted them and asked some questions? And then it's their business whether they get back to you or not, or help you or not, or whether what they say shows you a closed door or an open door. And I love to tell people, value the open and shut doors equally. Okay, I'm saying a lot, and I know that sometimes when these are longer, fewer people tune in, and that's cool. If it's good for you, stay. If it's not, go. I want to invite you then to use the 3 kinds of business, to let go of money stuff unless the now moment invites you to locate where your business is, what thing needs to be done, what decision needs to be made, what work can you do, and then do that in the most easy, effortless way. Mind your state. When you start to get frustrated, scared, distressed, go soothe yourself, pause, find your reset buttons. Another thing I'd love to tell you a million times over COVID-19 is use little and big reset buttons as much as you can. They're so helpful. Sometimes it's a stretch, sometimes it's a glass of water, sometimes it's listening to birds or petting a cat or whatever you've got, closing your eyes and remembering something that gave you joy. Sitting down and doing a brief meditation even that allows you to just listen to sounds and follow the breath and quiet the mind. Just pause it all for a minute. Okay, money. What else do I want to say to you? So if you want to play with where does your security come from, well, then you can see where you can still take steps now, whatever the actual limitations are, to do whatever comes to you to do. And hey, if you don't fucking give yourself some awful trip with this stuff, don't tell yourself, oh, so I should be doing all these things to like move a business forward or set myself up to start something when this is over. Maybe, maybe not. Follow your guidance in the moment. Maybe right now things are moving slowly. Maybe right now you think today's the day you're going to get a ton done, and in fact, it's just not that. Can you then mind your state and bring it to now by dropping into the moment and let this just be a time to cook? Let this just be a time to play board games with kids. Let it be a time to do whatever your guidance brings you to. Let it be a time to notice you're kicking and screaming, you're frustrated, you're distressed, and mind your state. And in this particular video, I've talked a lot about awareness and breath, which is minding the pain body, but you can also tend the mind by writing down your thoughts and questioning them. Use the app for the work of Byron Katie. Use the helpline that's free for the work of Byron Katie. There are worksheets on my inquiry page on my website, JayaTheTrustCoach.com. You can find it under the tabs Great Tools, which is visible. Again, JayaTheTrustCoach.com. But there are many resources for doing inquiry. Question your thoughts about money. Nothing's going wrong right now. Nothing's happening that the angels who were guiding you in what you were doing before didn't know was coming or aren't okay with walking you through. You're going to get from point A to point B. Please don't go kicking and screaming. That's so unkind to yourself. Don't abandon yourself during this crisis. It's your business to stay close to yourself and to walk yourself through. I invite you to stop thinking about money and think in terms of well-being. I'll leave you with that point. I like writing affirmations, especially if the mind needs help fixing on something. And a lot of the abundance teachers talk about write down your money affirmations, because it impresses the subconscious mind more. But I have an affirmation that I'm writing right now that's about that's so funny because right now I have no clue what it actually says, but it's about you know what, I think it's right here, and I'm just gonna take the time to look for it because we're just sitting here anyway. And this can be Jaya's couch concert, like people are doing who actually can sing and who are actually singing a tune. All I'm doing right now is looking for my affirmation that has nothing to do with money but actually well-being. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, first I was writing, I unplugged from clan money stories and live in simple plenty at all times. And I wrote that a whole bunch. I like the idea of living in simple plenty at all times. So you can have that even if there's no money. Even if you have no clue where the money's going to come from later, universe's business. Can you show up for yourself now and live in simple plenty right now? So the reason I wrote I unplugged from clan money stories is note that some of your fears coming up now aren't just yours. So see if you can unplug, see if you can consciously detach. Okay, this was taught me, and maybe right now, it's always now, folks, I can teach myself something else, or I can dare to believe that if the economy is going to pot, I could still be okay. If I could dare to believe that if I'm not working hard every day all the time, I could still be okay. And there's nothing wrong with me, and there's no judgment coming down upon me. So tease out those old stories. But then I just kind of wanted to get away. Oh, and clan, by the way, could even be like just, who you hang out with now, your political affiliations, your friend group, the people whose stuff you're reading on Facebook that may or may not be supportive or enlightening. I invite you to question that and make choices accordingly. But so unplugging from the clan money stories can just really help you to open to, well, what's actually possible, or what do I want to believe? So after I decided to get away from that for myself, I just went to, if I can find it, would you like another non-song? This is totally the video that I should not post, but I'm going to. Okay, so then I graduated to my needs are richly met. there are the riches. My needs are richly met. And then again, I live in simple plenty at all times. So I've written that again and again. My needs are richly met. I live in simple plenty at all times. Okay, I've given you a few things to manage money fears. I'm going to shut this video down, but I'm going to start another one and tap issues of money. If you want to play with EFT, it's a brilliant tool. Why I love it is it minds the pain body, tends the mind, and chooses your focus, which is the third thing that that I like to point people to. Okay, I'm leaving, and I'm going to come back and do an EFT video if you'd like to join me.